Hi, I'm Jeremy Crosby.
And I'm Nick Boucher. We're your hosts for the program that's all about your city, Talking Fitchburg.
Every weekday, we pull together the news, events, and information you need to stay on top of what's happening in the city of Fitchburg.
Find Talking Fitchburg on cable TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and our live stream on the web. Plus, you can find all our headlines and stories on Facebook, YouTube, and our video on demand service. This is your city.
Keep up with Talking Fitchburg and the issues affecting you and your neighbors.
Get connected, Fitchburg. Sign up for Fitchburg Connect, the city's monthly e-newsletter that keeps you informed about all the events, services, and updates that matter to you. Get it in your inbox once a month. Sign up today to get Fitchburg Connect.
We'll start the meeting. Welcome everybody to the June 26th Library Board meeting, called to order at 5:30. No public appearances that I'm aware of.
Nope.
I will ask for a motion to approve the May meeting minutes.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, so let's take a look at the minutes. Any questions, discussions, corrections, anything? No? Then I'll ask for approval. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, financial reports. We have a motion to approve the March financial register and financial overview.
I'll make that.
John, thank you.
All right, I'll give you a little bit of information about this. If you see in account 240 on the register, we've got that big chiller repair that is holdover from last fall that we were not happy to see, but had to pay. So that's in there. You'll also see PLA Conference Hotel. So PLA was in March, so that was Lisa and Phil and I that attended that. You'll also notice in the utilities count, so utility, the power bill. I just want to point out that we have gone ahead with the not highlighting things that are less than $10,000. So we were doing over 5 previously, but now it's going to be over 10. So the only one that you're going to see on here is the city administrative fee. This comes out all at one time. That is by my request. We used to do it quarterly, but sometimes it would happen and sometimes it wouldn't. And I think it's just easier for them. It's obviously something we're paying. So I just asked them to take it all out. So it doesn't look like we have a lot of money at the end of the year that we don't really have.
Does that save us administrative fees?
No.
Drat. Well,
Question, Wendy?
Yeah.
You probably had told us this, but I forgot. The fee, how does it calculate? Is it based on the size of our budget or?
It is based on the certain departments that we use. And so they have a formula, so they'll
Like
take
a
the
flat fee?
FTE of the finance department, the HR department, the different departments that we use, and they calculate it out that way. Yeah, it's kind of a painful one to pay, but yeah, we really need all of those things, so, yeah. On the overview, I just wanted to point out that salaries and wages, we had a 3 paycheck month in March, so that looks high, and it is, but it will all even out by the end of the year. I don't think there's anything else here other than the city administration fee that came out. Yeah. Any questions on either one of these documents?
Oh, I do have one
Yeah.
general question.
Uh-huh.
On this IT allocation, City of Fitchburg Insurance, City of
Yes.
Fitchburg IT.
Yep.
Those are yearly, some of them are.
So it is an annual fee, but it comes out in the same amount every month. So what we budget for is the annual thing, but they do take it out every month. The finance, this doesn't make much sense because the finance department is not good about taking it out every month.
I see.
And so that's why they take it all at once.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a little odd. But they do all of their math ahead of time, so,
Thank you.
yes. Any other questions? All right.
None? Okay. Then call for approval. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. Thank you, Wendy. Unfinished business. I don't know that we've got any unfinished
No.
business. And I've not heard of anything as far as new business coming
No.
in. So,
Kind of unusual.
down to President's Report, and all I really have is just, I'd like to simply recognize the library on its 15th anniversary,
Thank you.
the end of this month, I think, right? They're-
Yep, 29th.
And extend my gratitude to Wendy and her staff on behalf of myself, but also on behalf of the board, for running a first-class facility, something that the city of Fitchburg can really be proud of, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you to you and all your folks that all that you do. The Friends of the Library are having a Books and Brews celebration on the
On the 27th.
27th. Yeah.
Yep.
That'll be here in the evening. Tickets, there's the price of the tickets,
Yep.
cost of the tickets, but it's a celebration event, but it's also a fundraiser event, so.
Yes, yes, and the
And
funds
the-
will be going towards the children's library renovation.
Right.
So, Yep. It's
So,
going to be a great event. I'll talk about it a little bit later.
okay. So, then we'll move to the Alder report, Mr. Alder.
All right.
New item on the agenda, by the way.
Yes, I'm grateful for the opportunity to talk more. I just don't do enough talking. I'll start with the exciting item here, the mayor's proposed 2027 through 2036 capital improvement plan, AKA the infrastructure budget for the next 10 years, or infrastructure plan, has been published. We'll be looking at it in depth over the next month or so. If you'd want to, learn any more about specific projects, I'm happy to dive into some of those. There are two specific to the library that are new. We've got the library basement refit, which is for 2028, $50,000 coming from library fund balance, and the library first floor refresh is a new project for 27, $70,000 also from fund balance applied. The basement refit is related to the police services facility. Once the police department moves over there, and then the stuff that's happening at City Hall, it's all this big web. So I think Wendy's mentioned before that there will be more space for the library within these four walls downstairs. So that's what that will go toward. And the first floor refresh, Wendy, you might beat me to this here. but-
Sure, so that is, so we've done the tech center on the second floor, we're doing the children's library, but it's the other half of the first floor that hasn't had any attention, so we're gonna be doing reupholstering, I think adding some shelving, kind of just the 15-year, every floor gets some attention.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the biggest item from across the parking lot here. Lots of new developments. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there for now, so in the interest of time.
Thank you, Logan. Library Director report.
All right, so on the statistics, you'll see we still don't have a number under holds. That is still a problem with the new ILS that we're using. I don't know that we'll ever recover these 2 months, and I don't know if we'll have it next month or not. I'm hopeful that we are. We have had some significant issues with the system this week. Yesterday, it was down most of the day. They had to do a hard reboot on their end. So things like the pick list is not running, so we're just not getting a report to pull things for patrons. It was kicking people out of the system and then telling us we had too many logins because it hadn't let us log out. When it kicked us out, I think the hard reboot did help. We're still having some freezing issues. It is looking as though, and there's still differing opinions about this, and South Central is doing a lot of research, but when we went to the last system we were on, we enabled a reading history feature for patrons. So you turn that on and it will just tell you what you've checked out. I've got it back through 2012. I don't need it, but I have it. And that is slowing down the whole system because people have just thousands and thousands of things on there. So if you have 35,000 things that you've checked out over the years, like it is just bogging the system down. So we are looking to purge that information. The suggestion was to purge it before 2020. So you'd still have the last 6 years, but you wouldn't have your whole lifetime history. And for some reason, some people are real touchy about that, and they're not sure that we should do it. So there's some things going on in the system. I am all for it. I feel like that is not an essential feature of the system, and checking
How
out
valuable
is.
is this stuff that's 10 years old?
Right, right. So I think they are looking into, can we pull that information for people that would like to have it? Can they have it in an Excel file or something like that? If you notice a lot of lag in your own record, then it might be worth turning that off, because it might speed things up, because it does seem to be record by record. But I think it's also bogging on the system as a whole. I'm not entirely sure how that works. So anyway, so hopefully we will get some hold numbers coming up. You'll also see on statistics that we are back to doing school visits. We have not done those since, I think, the pandemic, so it's nice to get back to those, hoping to get some more people in the door, people checking out. That seems to be working, because we have been bonkers busy for the last, I would say, 2 weeks.
So your school visits, 525
Yeah.
in May.
Yeah, and there were a
Seems like a
bunch more in the early, well, so you go to a school, we went to Mariah School.
Yeah.
And like just class after class after class. Either you do a giant, some schools do a giant assembly, I guess, and some people do class by class. So yeah, they're big numbers.
Yeah.
And I think
Terrific.
that staff are absolutely exhausted at the end of the day, but it's worth it. Staff told me about a kid that just walked up and said, "I came." And they were like, "Great." She's like, "You told me to come, and I came." Excellent. So it's working.
Mission accomplished.
So that's really good. That's all I have for statistics, unless there are questions.
Yeah, what is a tech tutor?
Tech tutor is with our digital services librarian, so you set up an appointment with her one-on-one and tell her what it is. Like, do you want to learn more about your Kindle, your iPad, researching something, and you get 30 minutes with her to just get individualized instruction.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, then moving on to facilities. I have real bad news today, in that our custodian was trapped in the elevator for an hour this afternoon.
Oh, dear.
The good news is that the alarm on the elevator works. He did not use the call button because we responded to the alarm, so he knew that we knew that he was there. Coney had been here to do work on the elevator and left an hour before this happened. So one of the buttons, and this is in the big elevator, one of the buttons to go to the back room has been lit up since Friday, off and on. Sometimes it would open those doors without you asking it to. You have to swipe to get back there. That's a staff space. Sometimes it would not let you out if you wanted out back there. Sometimes it was just lit up and it didn't do anything. So they came to fix that today. And then people used it in between and it was fine. And then I am sorry that our custodian got stuck in there, but I am very thankful that it wasn't a patron or a child or somebody with medical conditions.
Right,
Because,
right.
yeah. So we did end up, the fire department came and got him out. So we could open the outer door, but not the inner door. And so they taught Kevin some things about how to do that. So hopefully in the future, Kevin is usually the one in the elevator when I mean, that hasn't happened for like 12 years, but, so they are they are here right now, I think, working on it.
Yeah.
So we had called them to come right back when it happened, and they said they'd let us know when someone was en route, and then they didn't, and we called them back, and they said 4 o'clock, and then I think they showed up at 5:30. So yay for the fire department for getting them out. And next time, I'm just going to call them immediately. Sometimes they come in with their axes, and I don't love that.
Yeah.
Like, I want the elevator to work after we get the person out. But there's a happy medium, and we found it today, so that's good. But not great. I will say, knock on wood, like all the rain we've been having, everything's been great, everything's been fine. Happy about that. I think that's all I have for facilities. For personnel, we have an LA1 vacancy. Someone who hasn't been here too long found a full-time job, so good for them. We have that posted right now, and we will be interviewing in early July. Strategic planning, I don't have an update. And then look, I snuck in a new category called miscellaneous to fit everything that doesn't go anywhere else. And I'll start with, summer reading kickoff was on Monday. We had Haven's Petting Farm. It was the most beautiful day. The weather was absolutely perfect. Couldn't have been better. 600 people came to that event. It was fantastic and crazy at the same time. We had over 1,000 visits that day. which we are generally around 400 is our standard door count. We had 1,053 people or something. It was crazy. I think we had the 4th highest checkout in the system that day, which is great. Very happy to see that. It's been crazy busy, so we've been in this 500 and 600s for door count for the last 2 weeks. In the first 2 weeks of June, before summer reading starts, because school isn't out yet, we focus on preschool programs, and we had multiple programs with more than 100 people in them. So the staff are doing a great job, and people are checking out when they're here. So that is all just great news. Very happy to hear it. Books and Brews. Ken mentioned this, it's going to be on the 27th. It is a ticketed event. It would be very nice to have some board presence there. We've got Hop House and Delta Brewing are coming. Youngblood has donated some beer, so there's going to be just a variety of beers. Blue Plate Catering has come up with they're donating a menu of literary themed, so I think there's going to be like In the Stacks slider bar and all sorts of stuff. AMC is doing a popcorn bar.
Ooh.
Premier Trivia is coming to do literary themed trivia, which should be fun. I think it's just going to be a great night. So we're working on all kinds of little goodies and stuff that we can do. Dang has donated some things for the silent auction, which is fantastic. I think we've got maybe 16 or 17 silent auction items, kind of a whole range of things. So that I think it's gonna be really fun. Starts at 6:30, so the library closes at 6. So we have a hard close, empty the building, because this is a 21 plus ticketed event. So we'll go 6:30 to 9, and it should be super fun. They, I think, are hoping that it can be an annual event, and I think we might, starting in 2027, shift it to Banned Books Week in October. So this is obviously for the 15th birthday, and I so appreciate them helping us mark the event. Then on Monday, the 29th, we're just going to drop by, have a sweet treat, sign our scrapbook. When we turned 5, we did a scrapbook and had people sign things, so we're going to add pages to that. Though now the sort of bad news, Research Park Drive is being reconstructed starting next Monday. So it will be closed to all traffic, which includes our parking garage, which we're very sad about. And staff, all of our staff park on Research Park, almost. So we are all having to we're going to have to be parking over at the city. So parking overall is going to be harder, I think.
When is that?
Next Monday. It's going to go for a month, weather permitting. So no, it's not great. I just keep telling the staff, like, construction season and summer reading season are exactly the same. So we will just have to do the best we can. We are moving the library van up to the library lot, and we've moved her Minda's outreach supplies into the sorter room so she can load out of the back door. So we may have some very temporary blockages of the book drop lane, although I think you can get that van far enough back that people can get around. We'll play around with that. Yeah, no, nobody's super happy about it, but we survived the parking lot resurfacing of 2025, so I feel like this is going to be a piece of cake. And I'm just praying for good weather so it goes fast. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. I think that is our agenda. If there's anything else that needs to be brought forth, otherwise we will close by announcing that our next meeting is July 15th. At 5:30 here in this room, and I will call for a motion to adjourn. I like how everybody really jumps on that. There you go, John, thank you.
Do it.
Meeting adjourned.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Rachel has a cat.